Hello, good people. Now, we've all given in to acting on the emotions of fear and greed from time to time. When investing, sometimes those emotions can get the best of us. Now, what I'm proposing today is that we operate somewhere between fear and greed. Now, here's a story of a man who, when everyone else was fearful, decided to take a different approach. Now, the war raged on for 23 years. One battle, the decisive battle, became known as the Battle of Waterloo, and it was fought on June 18th of 1815 between Napoleon's French army and the European coalition. Now, this battle ended the French attempt to dominate Europe, and it destroyed Napoleon's imperial power forever. You might remember a song called Waterloo, made famous by the pop group ABBA. It was their entry into the 1974 Eurovision Song Contest, and they won. And it was based on this phrase. The song is about a girl who surrendered to the demands of her conqueror, just like Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo. Now, the saying, "This is your Waterloo," is derived from this battle. It means to encounter one's ultimate obstacle and to be defeated by it. So, as you can imagine, with a long war and scary battle, fear was in the air. But there was one who saw through the short-term misery to the long-term possibilities. And this man was Baron Rothschild, an 18th century British nobleman and a member of the Rothschild banking family. He's credited with saying the time to buy is when there's blood in the streets, meaning the time to buy is when there's fear. Rothschild made a fortune buying in the panic that followed the Battle of Waterloo against Napoleon. So why was his perspective different from others? How can we make sure that we're not controlled by fear when investing? My name is Tim Flick, and I'm a financial advisor, and we'll take a look at how fear works with investing. First, let's look at the stock market and how it moves over time. As you can see, and as you know, it goes up and down, but the long-term direction has historically been up over time. It's trended up. So tip number one is to be a long-term focused investor. And I know it's easier said than done. It's especially not easy to do when times are bad. And it's especially not easy to do with all the information coming in at us from media, social media, and all of that. Media leads with fear and gloom and doom, and rationally we know that the ratings go up when there's fear in the air. So they play to our emotions, and it's hard to see past that. But the contrarian view, the perspective of Rothschild and even Warren Buffett, is this. Warren Buffett has said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful." How can we have this contrarian view when there is fear in the air? How can he be different than others? He has a long-term perspective. He knows bad circumstances don't last forever, wars don't last forever, recessions don't last forever, and he takes the long-term perspective. And how good are our emotions at predicting what is about to happen? What does the data show regarding our emotions in investing? So the University of Michigan conducts the Consumer Sentiment Survey every month. The red line shows how we feel about the economy, and the blue line shows the S&P 500. As you can see, it's almost an inverse chart. Historically, when we are fearful, when we're the most fearful, the market's about to go up. And when we're the most confident, the market's about to go down. Now again, I know it's not easy to put aside emotions when investing. And here's a chart that demonstrates that. This is an illustration of our emotions during market cycles. You can see as the market is going up, we feel optimism, then excitement, can even turn to thrill or euphoria. But as the market starts to turn down, we feel denial, anxiety, and that can lead to fear or even depression and so forth, only to start the cycle again. So here's the bottom line. If we can have a long-term perspective, turn off some of the noise, we have a better chance at having investment success. We can learn from history and people like Rothschild and Buffett, and we can be on the winning side of the current Waterloo when others give in to fear. Again, my name is Tim Flick, and if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is on the screen, and thank you. And remember, it's important to have a plan in place for times such as this. Let's plan to thrive.